Dementia affects memory, communication, and daily functioning, but it does not take away a person's need for connection, purpose, and dignity. Community support plays a key role in helping people with dementia maintain their quality of life while also supporting their families and caregivers. Dementia-friendly communities are dotted across Japan with neighborhood programs like art classes, community gardens, and the increasingly famous dementia cafes. Can Pennsylvania reduce isolation by creating more inclusive communities for the elderly? For 90.5 WESA News, this is Designing Dignity, a series that explores some of the most pressing questions facing Pennsylvania. Are we prepared for an aging population? And how can we make sure older adults age with dignity? I'm Kylie Kaczynski. In Pittsburgh's North Hills, a group of 9 are gathering in a small room at the Bethlehem Lutheran Church in Glenshaw. They pour coffee and share sweets, catching up on each other's lives. This is a support group for caregivers of people with dementia. Everyone here has a spouse or a parent in cognitive decline. As the conversation makes its way around the room, they share not only how their loved one is doing, but everything else. Someone is planning a vacation, another just returned from a trip, a third celebrates their 16-year-old getting his driver's license. Beth Schmidt says the support group has been a lifeline for her.
I started coming for my mother, and then my husband was diagnosed, so I have 2. And it really helped because I learned a lot. So my mother's at the end stage now, so I'm kind of feeling like I'm by myself most of the time. And then I come home to it because I was talking to my sister, and she says, we come here and do all this for Mother, and you go home and you don't get a break. I'm like, exactly. And we laughed. But, some days you don't laugh. It's hard. And this group helps.
I agree. Yeah. You go home and it's basically you're talking to the dog. I mean, I can communicate with my wife, but it's, 1 minute to the next. And you come here and you can spill your guts out and they understand. It's helpful.
That's Frank Farah. He and others in the group say their families are supportive, but unless you're the one doing the actual caregiving, it's hard to relate. The group provides an outlet for that. It also provides a space to learn practical caregiving strategies. Investing in caregiver support can improve the well-being of both caregivers and those they care for. That's the spirit of Japan's community initiatives for people living with dementia and their families. Perhaps the most famous example is the Dementia Cafe. In Chiyoda City, the heart of Tokyo, home to the Imperial Palace, Nobuko Shibayama manages a dementia cafe on the first floor of a nursing home. Many of these cafes operate on extremely limited schedules, but this one is open every day.
That's because for people with dementia, it's genuinely difficult to come on their own to a fixed day at a fixed time. So we wanted to make sure that the cafe would be open whenever they felt like coming.
Because it's open daily, the cafe has also become a community amenity for people with no connection to those living upstairs. People stop by on their way to wherever they're going for tea, coffee, or a snack. Shibayama says during her 10 years of business, she's seen time and again the transformative effect even routine socializing can have on people living with dementia.
There's something that happens. Dementia can make someone seem smaller somehow, like their true personality recedes. But in those moments, who they really are seems to come back through. You can see it in their expression, their gestures, the whole atmosphere around them.
If you take a train to Kyoto's quiet Iwakura district, you'll find a community care center there where families can come and get educated about dementia and find programs for their loved ones. When you arrive, the sound of men chatting and sawing wood will likely be coming from the back of the building. A trio of men whose ages are between 67 and 85 come here to build tables, planters, chairs, and even computer stands. Sugio Matsumoto is a social worker and community coordinator at the center. He says the 3 men come here every day.
Their wives say they've become more lively and energetic. When they're together at home, it's irritating, but when they come here, they're in a good mood.
The group sells the items they build and the money goes back into the community. Another club at the center tends to a community farm, where they grow and harvest vegetables to share and sell. Matsumoto believes these kinds of clubs and activities are improving the lives of older residents in the community in ways that might not show up in a physical exam at the doctor's office. But he says social connection is medicine, and he wonders if a dementia diagnosis is always necessary.
In this society, dementia can happen to anyone. So I just want to be able to live happily even with dementia. That's all I think about.
Japan has shifted dementia care from a solely medical issue to a community responsibility. As Pennsylvania's population ages, community-based strategies could enable people living with dementia to continue to live meaningful, connected lives with dignity. At a nursing home in Kyoto's Kitauji neighborhood, a quartet of women gathers around a table. Together, they sing nursery rhymes from a book. This song depicts a hazy moonlit village. Designing Dignity is hosted by me, Kylie Kaczynski, and edited by Glynis Board. Our executive editor is Cindy Lash. Our digital editor is Katie Blackley. Japanese translation provided by Shoko Plumbeck. This series is part of a fellowship with the Association of Healthcare Journalists, supported by the Commonwealth Fund.